There comes a moment in your life where you can feel something ancient rising inside you. It's subtle at first, like a whisper calling your name from a place you've never seen, but somehow remember. It's the warmth in your chest when you finally stop forcing. It's the clarity that appears when you step out of survival mode. You were never meant to live numb. You were meant to live awake. This is the divine feminine returning, not the feminine that society turned into weakness, not the feminine that people used and exploited, not the feminine that was buried under patriarchy, trauma, and fear, but the original energy, the sacred force, the breath of creation itself, the part of you that always knew there was more to life than what you were taught. Today, we're talking about the true essence of the divine feminine and why tapping into it will change the direction of your entire life. Before we go any further, let's strip away all the confusion. The divine feminine is not a gender. It is not being soft. It is not about acting like a woman or rejecting masculinity. The divine feminine is a frequency, a consciousness, a spiritual intelligence that existed long before humans created labels, roles, or expectations. In ancient Kemetic wisdom, this energy was depicted through goddesses like Isis, the divine mother, the nurturer, the healer, the one who brought order back into chaos. But understand this, a woman does not automatically embody the divine feminine just because she is in a female body. And a man does not lose access to the divine feminine just because he is in a male body. Every being on this planet carries both divine feminine energy and divine masculine energy. They are the two wings of the same bird. If one wing is broken, you cannot fly. The divine feminine is your intuition, emotional intelligence, creativity, passion, nurturing, connection, justice, healing, balance, flow, and unconditional love. It is the part of you that knows without needing proof. It feels without needing permission. It sees without needing eyes. It is the part of you the world tried to silence. So why has the world been afraid of the divine feminine? Well, let's be honest. We live in a world that glorifies hustle, force, dominance, competition, suppressed emotions, and chaos disguised as achievement. Everything is about go harder, do more, don't feel, don't break, don't slow down. This has nothing to do with real masculinity. This is actually wounded masculinity. Masculinity without the balancing force of the divine feminine. A world without the divine feminine becomes violent, disconnected, numb, very chaotic, spiritually blind, emotionally broken, and obsessed with control. And this is exactly where humanity has been for generations. Why, you may ask? Well, because a person connected to their divine feminine cannot be controlled. They trust themselves, they feel deeply, they question everything, they see the injustice, they demand truth, and they refuse to abandon their heart for the sake of fitting in. The world fears the divine feminine because the divine feminine brings order, not control. It brings harmony, balance, healing, restoration, and anything that heals threatens systems built on pain. You felt it before. Maybe you didn't have the language for it, but you've experienced moments where something inside you said, slow down, something's off, this isn't for you. Walk away, it's time to heal. That quiet inner voice, that instinct, that sudden moment of clarity, that is the divine feminine. The masculine thinks, the feminine knows. The masculine pushes, the feminine flows. The masculine builds and the feminine conceives. The masculine reacts, the feminine feels. When both are balanced, your life becomes a masterpiece. When the feminine is silenced, your soul goes into lockdown. So if you've ever felt disconnected, numb, confused, overly aggressive, lost, spiritually empty, or you just feel like something is missing, it's possible your divine feminine was never nurtured. And this episode marks the beginning of something powerful. You're learning how to reconnect to the part of you that was never meant to die, right? You know she's returning when your spirit starts shifting in these ways. You no longer tolerate disrespect because your soul begins demanding balance. Your intuition becomes louder than your fears. You're tired of pretending you don't feel things. You begin accepting your emotional truth. You crave peace more than chaos. You start nurturing yourself. Food, rest, healing, setting boundaries. You become your own caretaker. You're drawn to nature, water, stillness. Your creativity suddenly returns. You're becoming more compassionate, but not naive. Your inner child starts speaking. Old wounds surface, not to destroy you, but to free you. And you feel called to rise. Maybe you can't explain it, but you feel your purpose waking up. These shifts mean the divine feminine in you is stretching, opening, breathing again. Tapping into your divine feminine is not about becoming passive, weak, or dependent. No, true divine feminine activation awakens your divine masculine as well. Because the feminine is the vision and the masculine is the execution. The feminine says, I feel called to heal. The masculine says, let's take action on it. Feminine says, I want peace. The masculine says, let me build the boundaries. The feminine is the driver. The masculine is the engine. The masculine protects what the feminine gives birth to. When they work together, you stop living from survival and start living from alignment. In this series, we're going to walk step by step through the characteristics of divine feminine energy so you can understand how it works, how it moves, how it heals, how it elevates you, and how it unlocks your power. We're going to talk about intuition, creativity, emotional intelligence, empathy, inner healing, justice, surrender, and spiritual flow. By the time we finish this series, you will understand not only the divine feminine, you will understand yourself. You will finally learn the part of you the world tried to bury. And once you awaken the side of your spirit, your life will never be the same again. You are not just a body walking this earth, you are a soul remembering its way home. The divine feminine is not coming to you, she has always been inside you. She has been waiting for the moment you got tired of surviving, tired of pretending, tired of carrying the world on your back. She is the whisper you ignored, the emotion you suppressed, the creativity you abandoned, and the intuition you doubted. But now she's rising. And episode by episode, you will learn how to let her lead. Because the moment the divine feminine awakens in you, your entire life realigns. Welcome to the series. Welcome to the return of your true self. Welcome to the rise of the divine feminine.